Alright guys, Will here from ZaltekReviews.com. Today I'm taking, well this is a first actually, it's a micro brand from Korea, and this is our debut model. It's called the Blazer. It's a bit of a weird name, but I don't know why they picked it. And the company's called, as you can see, Varon Chiri. Probably Chiri. Anyway, play the intro. Right guys, I'll show you the box that it comes in. First, it's a really nice box, I've got to say, which usually kind of worries me that they've spent too much on the packaging, but hey ho, it's still nice. So leather and that inside, the logo up top, obviously there's an outer box and all that as well, but it's just cardboard. I just thought I'd show you that first before we get into the watch. I'll put that there. Right, the watch. Price, oh wait a minute, I need to zoom in a bit. Oh, before I do anything else, let me fire it up. Screw down crown. Put some juice into it. While I'm doing that, the price of this, by the way, is $449, which seems fair to me. Right, aye, $449, no problems with that. This one, there's two versions of this. There's like the standard edition, and the one I've got here is the Korea edition. The differences between the two is, to my eyes anyway, is the chapter ring. You can see it, let's zoom in a wee bit, see the pattern there on the chapter ring, whereas the standard edition is just like your normal hour and minute marks. That's the only difference I can see. Well, I'll give you the dimensions. Case diameter 38.6 mil. Total thickness, this is, you'll like this, is 9.7 mil. That's the total thickness including the sapphire. Lug to lug is 44.9 mil, and it has 20 mil lug width. A really good set of dimensions, if you ask me. I really like that, especially the thickness, or the thinness, I should say. As a first model from a micro brand, I'm very impressed. It's not perfect, but no watch is perfect, but I'll get into the negatives and that later on. The weight of this, sized up for my 6 3/4 inch wrist, is 115 grams. The movement is the Miyota 9039 automatic, 28,800 vibrations an hour, which is 8 ticks per second. 24 joules, hackable, self-winding, and it has a 42-hour power reserve. The case itself is very nice. Nice fine brushing and all that, and there's wee polished chamfered edges there. It's lovely. The bezel as well, that's, let's see, focus, it's fully polished, but it's done to a very high standard, I've got to say. To be honest with you, this is on the website, this exact watch, right? Whether it's a Korea edition or a standard edition, they've marked it as white. Now, you know what I'm like with white dials. I love a white dial. So when it turned up and it's more silver than a big bag of silver things, I was a bit disappointed. This watch, if it had been white instead of silver, I'd be like, oh, happy days. But it's silver, so just bear that in mind if you're looking and thinking you're going to get a white one. It's no, it's silver. The other colours is, you've got a black one and a blue one. Is that right? Oh, I'm sure I wrote all this down. Aye, black, blue, and they call it white, but it's silver. There was also a green version and a nice mint version, but they were limited and I'm not sure if they're still available. Done that. It's a sapphire crystal with a clear AR coating. I'm not sure how many coatings it's got, maybe one, maybe whatever. And it's flat, by the way, as well, which probably aids with that. Superb 9.7mm thickness. I like this watch, I really do like it. But as I say, it could almost be a perfect watch for me. But I'll get into that later. The dial, it's a sunray dial. It's got applied hour markers, dolphin hands, which are my favourite, and there's no date, which is disappointing. Not even a date option. I've done the colour options. The bracelet's brushed and polished. It's a really nice bracelet. I like it. I'm not a fan of polished centre links because it's just a fingerprint and scratch magnet. But I do like the taper on it. It's really nice. And it's nice and comfortable as well. Female end links as well. I'm trying to remember if this had push pins or pin and collar or screws. Ah well, screws. Happy days. I'm sizing up that many watches at the minute, I can't remember what's what. But this one's got screws, so lovely jubbly. Case back's nice as well, a bit sterile, but I don't need a... I mean, it's got that Korea pattern thing round the edge, which is nice. I think it's a nice case back, and it wears well on wrist. There's... Oh, that's fantastic. I'll show you a wrist shot in a wee bit. What's next? Water resistance, 100 metres. Perfect for this style of watch. As I said, screw down crown, blah blah blah. Screw down case back with that artwork and the logo in the middle. The crown is 6mm, which, I mean, it looks perfectly proportioned, doesn't it? The warranty wise, I've got 2 years, which is perfect. 2 years minimum, I always say. And where to buy, well, you'll get a link in the description. It'll go to my website and you'll get all the specs, where to buy, blah blah blah. Aye, fantastic watch. There's no loom on it. But to be honest with you, it doesn't bother me, especially for this style of watch. Wrist check, I'm wearing Not Design Sport Automatic, as I was in my last video. I mean, the quality of this, by the way, is fucking amazing. And look, polished centre links, it's quite similar to this one. This watch here could be better than this, just with a few changes. Well, when I say I don't, it's the same movement and blah blah blah, but this has got features that I like, I prefer. Like a white dial, plus it's got a date option. But by no means is this perfect as well. I'm not keen on the bracelet, no, blah blah blah. Oh, I meant to say to you, this it's also got a kind of familiar looking clasp, and it does have on the fly adjustment. It's not as refined as the original, but then you're never going to get that level of build quality on a $450 watch, are you? You know the one I'm talking about. Oh, it's a bit of a bugger to open with gloss on. Polished in the middle as well, which I'm not keen on, because that's going to scratch up, because there's no hardness coating on this. If they put a hardness coating on this watch and they kept all the polished parts, then it wouldn't be an issue. But as I say, negatives. I prefer it if it was a white dial. I don't like silver watches. Hang on, just had my dinner. Oh, you bastard! Excuse me. Right, what I would change, right? If this was my brand, there's definitely a lot going for it. Good choice of movement and all the rest of it. I love the dimensions. I would have the option at least of having a date at 6 with no frame. That's key. No frame. I hate framed dates unless they're sunken right into the dial. A bit like what Zelos Omega does with the Aquaterra. Who else does it? Formex, they do a nice date complication at 6. If they'd done that, I mean, they don't have to, they could just offer it as an option, because I always go for a date option rather than no date. I just find it the most useful complication that you can find on a watch, because I'm always forgetting what date it is. Right, where am I? Oh, I better give you a wrist shot before I go. I'll just take this off. Oh, bugger. Friggin' gloves. Right, I'll put this one on. I definitely recommend this watch, by the way. But as I say... Oh, wait, I'll zoom in a bit. But as I say, it's going to be a fingerprint and scratch magnet with all this polishing. But it is a beautiful watch, and the build quality is right up there. I'm really surprised. It sits on my wrist perfect. It is a lovely watch. If I knew this one was silver, I would have asked for the black or the blue one. But hey ho. Aye, that's the only thing I would change, is either give it a hardness coating or brush all the polished parts, apart from the chamfered edges and that, whatnot. That's always a nice touch. And I'd have a date at 6, or at least the option of. I'll just show you that again. Zoom in a wee bit. See how it sits on my wrist, nice and flat. Love that. Right guys, that's me. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, it all helps. And I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!